Hey guys, Mike here, and we are back with another shooting and review video, if you will. Now, kind of prompted me to do this in my last video on the revolvers, the arms core, and my Ruger GP 100. I got a lot of comments in response to me saying that the arms core 206 is probably a better gun than a High Point. And the gist of most of those comments were, well, you don't have the right to say that if you've never shot one. So, I agree. It's not fair to judge something unless you have used it. So, this is my High Point C9. I've actually had this for I don't even know, 4 years maybe? I took it to the range once, I shot about a mag through it, said, okay, put it back in the box, put it in my safe, forgot it existed. So I thought it was time to break it out and give it its due. So we'll go ahead and open up the box. And of course we have our beautiful High Point C9, if you can say beautiful. I think they've got kind of I actually really like the styling. It's got like an ugly pug kind of look to it. Just thick, very thick. Ahead and show she is empty. You got your 8-round detachable magazine, and this gun actually has a magazine cutoff, so I'll show it's clear first, but pull the trigger even on fire without the magazine in it, it will not fire. Now it's also worth noting it does hold back on the last round. However, there is no mag release. You simply need to pull back the slide and drop it on a fresh magazine. Go ahead and put her here for a second. So I'm not sure if these guns still come with any of this stuff since I purchased this so long ago, but it comes with a set of ghost ring sights that you can install. I almost installed these, and I'll get to that in a minute. Of course, this was the bag she originally came in, and you've got a trigger lock. And because I keep everything, there is the original price tag. So, a pretty affordable gun. Probably one of the most affordable guns I've ever bought. I think the only other gun I bought that beats that was a used, what was it? It was a Savage 93 bolt gun. Go ahead and just discard that. So getting back to the gun itself, I'll go ahead and remove the mag so I can drop the slide. You can see we do have a cutoff here on the actual slide as well. Now when it's all the way back, it won't meet that, or at least when it's all the way back from locking open, it won't meet that. But if you crane it back more, you can push the safety up into there to lock it open for cleaning / disassembly. And that's the biggest con about these guys, is disassembly has to be done with a punch. There's no field stripping of these High Point C9s, which is a lot of people's biggest complaint. It does have a nice adjustable sight in the back, which is kind of interesting. And on those sights, you've got these orange rears and a yellow front. That being said, through the one mag I shot through it, I actually lost the coloring in both of these rear sights, so I had to repaint it in myself with some acrylic paint. It did match pretty closely, and this is held up. Well, I haven't shot it, so I don't know how it'll hold up, but we'll see. Now, for comparison's sake, I don't remember if I already said 8-round magazine. I also brought out my Glock 19 Gen 4, and I will be very frank and upfront. I hate Glocks. I don't think they are enjoyable to shoot. They don't fit well in my hand. I have my reasons. I won't be apologetic about it, but I just want to be upfront. I'm a little biased right out the gate, and I have shot quite a bit of rounds through this gun. Just isn't me. But if I'm looking at a polymer frame striker fire pistol, it's only fair to compare it to what is probably the standard in striker fire polymer framed pistols, and that is certainly the Glock 19. So of course, this one's unloaded as well, no magazine in it. But what we'll do is we will take these guys to the range. We'll kind of compare apples to apples. This, of course, being a gun that is more than double the price of the Hi-Point C9. We'll see how this guy stacks up. So let's go to the range. All right, guys, we're out at the range. We've got the Hi-Point C9 and my Glock 19. We're gonna go ahead and put a couple rounds down range at the targets, just kind of get an idea for them. Obviously, I've got 10 rounds and 8 rounds respectively in them. They're loaded, so I'm gonna go ahead and rack the slide from a loaded magazine, see how they pick up the first round, and we'll go ahead. And we're at about 20 yards, give or take. I think it's like 19, but we'll start off with the Hi-Point. So safety off. We have chambered around, going at the target on the left. It stayed open. I mean, it shoots pretty smooth. It is remarkably easy to use with the painted sights on it. Go ahead and leave that open, set it to the side. And I'm almost looking forward to this one less. I will say the shot acquisition is a lot quicker with the Glock, just bigger sights, a little easier. I don't think it'll necessarily be as precise though. So obviously the Hi-Point's not sighted in. It does have adjustable sights. It is a big pro for it, honestly. You don't have to drift them. Screw set. Overall, what do we got? The kind of torn. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down here. 8 clipped right through the wood. So shooting low. I mean, it's not like I'm the greatest handgun shot in the world, not gonna lie, but that is a pretty wide group. Of course, we're shooting at 20, so keep in mind, most of your personal engagements are going to be 10 yards. So if you're looking for a concealed carry handgun, or you're just at the range shooting steel, as long as you're using lead or shooting paper, 10 yards is probably about as realistic as it's going to be. That's 30 feet. And over here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I miscount? No, so I sailed a few with this one too. Looks like one, that might be one up there. I'd almost like to say that the Hi-Point shot a little better, but let's go back. Let's take a few more shots. So this is my Girsan Regard MC. This is my favorite handgun. I bought it a number of years ago. It's just been my carry gun of choice when I'm either especially in winter, like right now, when I can have a jacket on, conceal a little bit of a bigger gun. Again, it's a 10 shot 9mm, or however many rounds you can fit in it. It takes Beretta parts, Beretta magazines. It is an FS92 clone that is a little more affordable. Got G10 grips on it. I love this gun, and it's here as a surprise because this is still an affordable gun. I still think these are only around the $400, $500 mark. So I think it has a fair comparison. It's a metal frame, double action, single action, with a decocker. But that's enough talking. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it. I got that center target changed out, and we'll see how it compares. I can usually shoot much better with this, so I'm going to say I've had way too much coffee today. But we'll at least take a look at the group, give us a comparison. So pretty much all over the whole target. Honestly, that's my worst group of the day, and I'm kind of disappointed in that. But yeah, I've had way too much coffee. But the thing that really matters is we got to see how the guns function at least, and how they shoot respectively compared to each other. This guy turned out not to be as big of a surprise as I thought. You know what? Let's step into 10 yards and maybe shoot one more group. All right, so we're here at 10 yards, and my cameraman James and a good friend here brought his shooting sticks. So we're gonna be shooting some revolvers today at a little bit of longer ranges. I figure I would take these and go ahead and use them here at 10 yards so I can, you know, take myself out of the equation. Starting off with our little friend, the high point. How do you use these? This is weird. All right. Pretend that didn't happen. So that's a pretty good improvement. Go ahead and move on to the regard. And we'll finish up with the Glock. You know, I'm starting to see some design flaws in these shooting sticks.
Yeah, you're supposed to use them with a long barrel.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Honestly, I'm getting pretty impressed with the accuracy out of this Glock right now. Alrighty. So although it didn't look great shooting off sticks, it certainly took me out of the equation. So remember, we got 8, 10, and 10. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Probably pulled it low.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. And Regent. 9 on paper. And Glock, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's 3 right there.
Yeah, and these ones were all when you switched to shooting one-handed.
Alrighty. So again, I'm not perfect, but it's certainly data to look at. So I will say that started off really nice. I mean, all of these are pretty good. The high point and the Regent definitely have cleaner looking groups on paper. But let's talk about it. All right, guys. So we are back at the table for our verdict. All in all, a little disappointed in my Gersan. I love this gun. Hopefully you'll get your time to shine and I can do a better video with you where you actually perform. But my shooting was less than impressive with my steel frame hammer fire surprise. So to get straight back to the real topic of the video, our high point C9 and how she stacked up versus the Glock. Honestly, surprisingly good accuracy out of this guy. Of course, I really do like the sight picture on it. It's very soft shooting because of the weight of the gun. It really just soaks up all of the 9mm recoil. It's like shooting a .22 long rifle pistol. Glock, of course, like I said, I just don't find them comfortable. I'm not hating on it, it's just a baseline, but definitely snappier recoil. It's a much lighter gun. You do have more ammunition. Of course, you don't live in a banned state. Your ammo capacity only goes up further than the 2 rounds advantage it has here in my state. But that being said, for less than half the price, this is a pretty good buy. If you're looking for something to use around the home for home defense, they do make these guys in 10mm 40 Smith & Wesson and 45 ACP and a long slide version as well. Probably better to have a little bit of a snappier cartridge like that as a home defense gun. I'm sure, just like with 9mm, will soak up a lot of that recoil. Our sights held up pretty well too, by the way, my little acrylic paint job, just as a side note. But the trigger, a lot of people complain about. I didn't even notice anything with it. It kind of cants at a strange angle, but still a relatively controllable soft shooting gun. Off the sticks, did a really good job of cutting a little tiny group. So I mean, verdict, definitely worth the money. If you have $165 in your pocket and you need something to use for self-defense, this fits the bill. And on top of that, it's a really fun range gun. Like, I'd recommend this just if you want to go to the range and shoot some 9mm. Really just truly enjoyable to shoot, which I'm happily surprised to be able to say. However, back to what kind of started this video, me comparing it to the Armscore 206. What are my thoughts? Well, the 206 is less accurate, it's lighter, they're both very soft shooting. If you're looking for a home defense firearm, this is definitely the better choice. If you're looking for something to just take to the range, they're both fun options, but this will shoot a little more accurately. Only con with this is its weight. As far as being a concealed carry gun, you might want something lighter in those circumstances. But I am truly pleased, pleasantly surprised, how much I enjoyed this. So I can't recommend the C9 enough if you're just looking for a fun range toy or you're on a budget and need something for home defense. I experienced no issues while firing it, and I did fire quite a few more rounds off camera. But all in all, yeah, just an absolutely fun gun to shoot. So I won't overstate it. I won't keep blabbering on about it. If you guys like my videos, go ahead and subscribe. Leave a like. I've got more firearm videos coming down the pipe. They just take a little more time to film, so I'll probably limit them to once a month. But thanks for watching, guys, and have a great night.